Hey, what's up guys, it's SNipEz. Welcome to part 2 on how to make a mansion. And so in part 1 we made the front of the house, as you can see all of this right here. And today we're going to continue making it. Nothing really hard to make, but we're going to continue making it. So there is one thing I did forget to add in part 1 that we're going to make real quick. It'll only take a couple seconds. So if you come to the front windows and you can see the two side windows right here. So on the window on the farthest side closest to the corner, you want to come one block away from it, place the gray wool, and make a pillar going all the way up until you get to the top block, and then you place another gray wool. Just like this pillar right here, just one block away. I did forget to add that, so I figured I would show it real quick. Doesn't take too long to make, and it actually does make the house look a little bit better. Alright, so if you haven't seen on how to make this, the front part of the house, go watch part 1 so you can catch up with what we're doing now. So we're going to continue making it, and so we're going to take our sandstone out, and we're going to come to either side. Doesn't matter what side you start on, because this house is going to be symmetrical, and you can see that this extends out farther from the house, and then it comes back in to connect with the house, and we're going to come diagonal from this last block and come out 15. So this counts as your first block. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then you want to double stack it. And then this is going to be the entire outline of your house. The sandstone is. And then from this 15th block, you want to come out and make it even with the end part of this right here. So you want to make it even. Then you want to come back 15 again. So this counts as your first block. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then you want to come until you're even with where you started on this side. And then again, we want to double stack it. So everything's going to be double stacked. Like we said, this is going to be the outline of your house. Boom, there we go. Now we're going to go do the same thing on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Double stack it. Make it to where it comes out with the end part of the balcony part. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a balcony, but I'm not sure what you would call that. And then we want to come out 15. So we want to come all the way to here. That looks alright. Oh, there we go. Ah, get out of my way, cow. I'm gonna take a sword out just in case. Boop. Because all the animals can get annoying, like this one right here. You white piece of shit. Oh, there we go. And so there's that. Now what we want to do is you want to extend this back wall all the way until you get to this part of the window right there. That's where you want to extend it. So I'm just going to come back here and just make a little marker so we can get an idea. So that's where it's going to go to. Actually, let's make it, forget what I just said, but just move it to the other side closest to the door. So then we have a little bit more room. So it actually is going to be 2 blocks further instead. So there we go. Do the same thing on the other side. So it's going to be on the block closest to the door and the door closest to the corner. Then boom. Oh, there we go. There we go. So now we have that. Now what you want to do, you want to come in 10. So this counts as your first block, this corner piece. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then do the same thing on the other side. So again, this counts as your first block, this corner piece. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then from the all the way over and connect the sides. So then you should be just like this. And then again, double stack everything. All the sandstone should be 2 tall. Oh, move my controller. I'm sorry if you guys can't hear my controller. My controller is pretty loud. I'm not trying to make it loud, but it's just how it is. Alright, so now what we want to do is we want to take the gray wool out and then just make one line going all the way on top of the sandstone. So it's going to go all the way around the house. Boom. And let's go all the way around the house doing this. Yeah, and this is actually one of my favorite houses to make. I mean, just the look of it. I mean, it looks extremely sleek. It looks modern as well. And I don't know, there's just something about it to where I love the look of it. I mean, I love using gray wool. I've been getting more into using gray wool, especially when it comes to making yachts. But I don't know. I mean, it's just one of my favorite houses to make just because just of how it looks. Alright, so now that you can see that we have the entire outline of our house now, and you can see it's a pretty big house. So if you set it up right, you should have this piece right here, extends farther from the house, and then you should have a little gap in between here so we can put trees and stuff like that. Now one thing they should really do is make it to where in creative mode, you shouldn't have any animals. Like, it should be an option. You can press yes or no to have animals. Alright, so now what we want to do is, so you can see that we have these 3 big windows right here. We want to make the exact same windows on the back. So the big window should start right here. And we're just going to make an outline of where the windows need to be. Alright. It's hard to figure out where these need to be. Yes, you want to make the exact same windows on. Boom. So then 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now we have the window set up. And then you want to come all the way up. So since we already have 2 blocks, you want to come up 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Do the same thing with all the windows. Get rid of that. And there we go. So as you can see, it looks like we actually have more windows than we need. I mean, that's what's supposed to be happening. So not the windows on the corners, but the ones right next to it you want to fill in with the gray wool, just like we're doing. Wait, hold on. Something's not right. Give me a second, guys. Where did I mess up at? I messed up somewhere. Trying to figure out where. So the window should start right here. No. This is really confusing me right now. There we go. Ah, we found the problem. There we go. Now the windows should be even. If we look at them now. Yep, that's a lot better. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to... I'm debating if we want to make it exactly like the front windows to where you have this part to where it extends out farther. I think we should, because this is the way the windows look with that part extending out farther. Really makes it look nice. So I think we're actually going to do that. And so we're actually going to make an outline of the windows we just added. And then we're going to get rid of some of the stuff we just added before to make it look exactly the same. So just filling all this in back behind it. So you're basically just making the entire outline of the windows you just made and you'll see why here in a second, why we're doing this. Oh, didn't mean to place that one there. Okay, and I'm going to take a bed out and sleep real quick, so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see what I'm doing. Anytime. There we go. Alright, let's get back to work. Alright, so as you can see, we have the window should be too wide. Now what we want to do is, next to the windows, you want to get rid of the one block that's in the middle. Just like that. Do the same thing on this side right here. And don't get rid of the blocks I just got rid of there. But there we go. So now you should have your windows looking just like you did on the front as well. So just like that. And you can see it looks really nice. I love the look of it. I mean, if you want, you can extend it farther out from the house like I originally intended to do. This way would also look better. I'm not sure. I mean, I'll leave that up to you guys on what to do. I'm going to show you two different ways on how to do it, so you can form your opinion off of that. So then if we want to do it this way, we just fill this back in. Then it'll extend farther from the house. Then back here is going to be a balcony. So I'm just going to get rid of all this. You don't have to. Like I said, I'm just adding both of these for you, so you can make a decision on which one you think looks better. That's why I'm doing this. It shouldn't take too long to get rid of all this real quick. Boom. Almost done getting rid of all this. Why am I getting rid of so many blocks I'm not trying to? Really upsetting. There we go. So like I said, this is all about on your opinion on what you think looks better. Do you want it extending farther from the house onto the balcony, or do you want it even with the house? Again, it's all up to you. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the gray wool, if you still have it out, then we're going to stack the entire house 8 tall. So the entire house is going to be 8 tall. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one side of the house, all stacking it up, and then you do the other side, because like we said, this house is symmetrical. If you do not know what that means, it means that each side is exactly the same. So if you cut the house in half, you would see the exact same thing. So if it's on a piece of paper and you cut the paper in half, you can't tell the difference between each side. So we're just gonna fill all this in, going 8 tall, even with the windows. Like I said, I'm gonna do one side, you do the other, and then I'm gonna edit it to where once I get done with this side, you're gonna see the house being finished with all the walls. I mean, we are still far from done. We still have a lot of detail to add, a lot of windows. So, and one thing I'm actually thinking about doing, because I know a lot of people ask for the making of the interior of the houses. I get that all the time. What I'm thinking about doing is to where each part, like I said last week, that each part would be, if it's more than one part, it would be the next following week. So one part would be this Friday, one part would be the next Friday. One thing about doing is making it to where once the house is fully finished, another episode would be furnishing the house. So it wouldn't be me making the house, it would be me just furnishing the house. Would count towards one of the Friday videos. So let me know what you guys think about that. Hopefully you guys would like the idea, because I know a lot of people ask for how to make the interior and stuff like that, because interior is a big part of the house. I mean, there's no point of having a house that's just blank. And then we're almost done with this side, guys. Boom. So as you can see, we just made the entire outline of the house, and we stacked them all up by 8. So the entire, everything gray should be 8 tall. And now we're gonna flash to the future, and so this side's gonna be done. So, whoop. Alright guys, we're back. And there is one thing I did mess up on, just because I honestly forgot about it. And that is that these back sides, these back sides are right here, not supposed to be 8 tall because these are actually going to be balconies. So if you come over to this house over here, the finished version, you can see that these are going to be the balconies. So I did forget about that, I'm sorry guys. So if you did stack them up 8 tall, you actually want to get rid of, so basically what you want to do is where this, I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. Where this corner is, where the back part meets and this part that comes out further, you want to make it to where on this first block, you have it going all the way up to the top, and then after that it's 4 tall. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So now you want to take your gray wool and come all the way across from this block. Again, I'm sorry about messing up, guys. This was not intentional. I will say I forgot about it. That is my fault. And we're gonna just make the back wall right here. So then you want to do the same thing on the other side. So come over here, and then just make a wall going to the other side. Then you want to stack this wall up 4 tall. And then what you're going to do is you want to take your snow out, since you're going to be using a little bit of snow, and the snow is going to be laying down the balcony. So you're going to make the balcony, the floor of it just even with the gray wool, just inside of it, and then just fill it all in with the snow. I mean, I had to use snow a little bit. I mean, snow's my favorite thing to use in this game, so snow and white wool. And a lot of people complain that houses are going to get struck by lightning, since I'm making this out of wool. During a thunderstorm, it's going to catch on fire and burn down. I'm not sure how it is in the PC, but in the Xbox edition, yes, your house can catch on fire, but the rain automatically puts it out, so it doesn't do anything to your house. So again, I'm not sure how it is on the PC, but considering this is the Xbox edition, I know that it does not burn down the house. And then for you guys that wonder about the snow, again, I'm not sure how it is in the PC version because I don't play it, I never have. But the snow in the Xbox edition does not melt, so don't worry about that. If it would melt, I would not use it. Alright, so yeah, so here's part 2, guys. We're gonna take out our glass panes real quick and then fill in these windows, and then we're gonna be done with part 2. So the windows you're gonna just fill in with the glass panes. Really simple. Boom. One more window to go. And then there we go. Boom. So the house is looking great so far, guys. So stay tuned in next Friday for part 2. So if you guys are watching this later, today is January the 18th, the Friday, January the 18th. So stay tuned next week for part 3, where we will start finishing the house, making the roof, making the back balconies, because the back is still not done, and we are going to be adding some more windows to make it look a little bit more stylish. But other than that, this house is basically done. We have the entire outline of it done. So thanks for watching, guys. Again, stay tuned in next Friday for part 3.